All right, good morning, folks. Sitting here having a little bit of coffee. I woke up kind of early, laid back down, went to bed, and woke up about 20 minutes ago. So, another day. I think we got a storm coming tonight or today, but that could have changed. It's a little bit chilly out this morning, but all right. Let's talk about the Nashville school shooting that happened the other day. Just horrible, right? And I don't know. Can it be prevented? Yes, it can be prevented. Let me get a little bit of coffee in me. Ooh, there's a hawk. There's a hawk in the sky. All right, so what's the deal, right? Why can't they get a control? Why can't they control this? These shootings, these mass shootings. Let me tell you why. Could it be prevented? Yes. It could be prevented. They don't want to stop it. We would have American troops patrolling our streets, grocery stores, schools. Right? You never give them a chance to get in to the school. So what's going on? Well, this is the normal in America. It don't shock me. Yesterday, everybody's, oh my God, another shooting yesterday in Nashville with a transgender person or somebody we don't know, right? I can tell you this much, folks. It can be prevented. And I can also tell you this much. They don't want it to stop. If they wanted it to stop, we would be patrolling our own country with military, right? And we know this is going to happen again. All right. I'm here to tell you, America is under attack. It's under attack. Right? It's just, here's the thing, right? Are these people affiliated with organizations or people? Well, probably. Right underneath our noses, probably. But the whole thing with these mass shootings is there's no one there to fight against them, right? Now, you've seen the video, right? The lady or whoever she was or whatever she was shoots through the doors of the school and walks right in. Right now, if there was an armed guard there, they would have been met with resistance. Therefore, they wouldn't have been able to come into the school that easy. Right. And that's why I keep telling you folks, I want my drones in the air, just hovering over the schools, armed. Right? Armed for occasions just like this. And here's the thing, this is going to be the normal, folks. Get used to it in America. Now, here's the thing, a lot of people are saying, well, this is why we need guns and people should have their guns. It don't matter. If there's not a gun around, right? Not everybody carries weapons. If you don't have someone that's armed around you in a situation like this, that happens, people are going to end up being killed. So could this have been stopped? Yes. Do they want to stop it? No. No, they don't, folks. This is the government's way of telling you folks that it's a genocide. It's a population control, right? They want you to take up for your own country, but yet when we do, then they want to label us extremists, or they want to label you a terrorist or something, right? Don't let the government get away with this. Don't let the politicians get away with it. They've killed many, folks. They've killed many. I mean, of course, this is just my theory, my thoughts, my opinions. They could have stopped it. They don't want to stop it, folks. They want us to jump on board with them. You understand? They want us to. Right now, she was armed with what? 3 long rifles, 3 assault rifles. Could I have stopped that? If I was in charge, could I have stopped this? Oh, yes. Easily. Easily. But here's the thing. They don't want to. Do you folks get it now? Do you finally get it? I hope so. I hope you do. I really hope it sinks into their heads. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, the people will just take up and we'll handle it ourselves. Yeah, and you're going to have a bunch of bodies in it, probably. Mistakes made. You'll have people, just teams of guys out there, militias, whatever you want to call them, vigilantes, going cuckoo and just killing anybody that stands up to them or says anything they don't like. This is why we are going forward with unmanned vehicles. These vehicles will be able to think for themselves. They'll be armed. Right? They don't want anything to change, folks. They're making too much money. If a war breaks out, they'll let these people fight it out. You'll hear them come out and say, it's the American. You need to fight for your freedoms. Right? That old, you need to fight for your freedoms. Well, I can tell you this much. It don't look good. And this is going to continue until the government does something about it. And it ain't taking away weapons. Well, it is somewhat taking away weapons, right, from certain people. But it's more about preparing for situations like this. And my opinion is, if the government really wanted to do something about it, it would stop in a heartbeat, right? You would have military soldiers walking around armed. And if anybody made a mistake of shooting at someone or trying to break in or something at school or whatever, they would be taken out automatically. So the Nashville murders or whatever, right? We don't even know. I watched Trump yesterday, and Trump was saying the same thing. They're liars. We don't even know if some of this stuff even happened, or they created it for training. They're training videos to train officers and military people tactics on how to protect, right? Trump yesterday said the media is so corrupt. They're creating it. Could I believe that? Well, sure. Right? They could just come out and say there was a mass shooting yesterday and 6 people died and 3 kids and a whole bunch of people, but yet in that whole video, we don't see any kids. We don't hear of them. They say the kids are locked down. Could Trump be right that the media is corrupt? They're creating it. Well, maybe, but good morning, Kiki. Bottom line is could it have been stopped? Yes. Yes, it could have been stopped. There'd be a police officer on the school premises 24/7, or at least while school is in. Right? My opinion, can it be stopped? Yes. Will they stop it? No. They will not. Do we know that there's going to be more mass killings and shootings and everything this summer when the temperature starts heating up? Yes. Do we know that these people, it's a religious war? Yes. Do we know it's a politic war? Yes. Can it be stopped? Yes, but we have to use technology and we have to use force. You cannot turn it over to civilians. You will have dead people everywhere, innocent people killed, right? This is not something you turn over to the civilians. That's what they're trying to do. You need to stand up and fight. No, that's not the citizen's job. That's why we pay the government to protect our country and civilians. Don't let them bamboozle you. They are failing to do a job. And instead of doing the job that they're paid to do, they want to turn it over to militias like 1900. right? Like 1900 year, 1900, with all the militias, and you had nothing but dead people like flies. It was worse than the plague. Can it be stopped? Yes. In a blink of an eye, boom, you get National Guard patrolling everywhere. Armed people at the schools, the grocery stores, patrolling the neighborhoods. And here's what's funny. Whenever I bring this up to somebody, they're like, "Oh my, that's against it's against our religion, or it's against our constitution to protect our own country with our own military. You can't do that." Who are the people that are afraid of Mother Green and the ass kicking machine to be patrolling our own country, our own boys? Let me tell you who's upset. The people that are corrupt. The people that are corrupt. They don't want patrols in America because then they won't be able to go out and kill you folks. They won't be able to go out and kidnap, rob, and steal. Them are the people that are afraid of our military rolling down the road. You think I'm going to be upset when I tell the military comes flying through here in one of our new jets and tipping the wings and flying around patrolling? Nope. You think I'm going to be upset if a tank comes rolling down the street? Nope. A small platoon of soldiers? Nope. I'll be out there with water and saluting them. Right? I'll be out there myself with my minigun and all kinds of stuff. If you need anything, guys, just let me know. We'll tear down that whole tree line right there. Be like the Predator movie. Right? Come on, folks, use your heads. Come on. If this wanted us, all we need is one guy in there, right? That's going to say this is enough. Enough is enough. And it'll stop, right? There ain't nobody giving these people resistance. Meaning, you don't give them the opportunity to come out of school and start killing people, right? You don't give them the opportunity. People don't understand the severity of this. Very, very severe situation in a country. Anything to do with missing kids or kids being killed is a very serious thing. Why? Well, that's the future of the country, right? One at a time, they're picking away at our future of America. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want war with China. I don't want war with Russia. They're not our problem. They want you to think that. They want a nuclear war. They got caught. And what are they doing? They're creating a diversion, military tactic, a diversion. Go over there and blow up that building over there while we storm this building. It's a diversion. It's ridiculous what's going on. Of course they're going to start a third world war or whatever. Why? Because they got caught. The people that were supposed to be protecting us, that we put in power, once they get in the power, well, it goes to their head. And then they're like citizens. Who gives a crap? Let them die. We're all protected. We got bomb shelters, right? We could live for years and years and years and years underground. These people they've been leading us to our enemies. It's almost like the Bible, right? They're delivering us to our enemies. Here's the thing, in that whole video, I don't see one security guard at the school. And this is what blows my mind, is people cannot see that it's just an open door for killers and terrorists. Why? Because there is no resistance. They'll just pull up to a school and get out of their vehicle and just open fire, go in and start killing. They're done killing, right? By the time the police show up, if they're not already out of there, once the police show up, there will be resistance. They'll either kill themselves or the police will kill them. But you don't give them an opportunity, right? That's like a beautiful, sexy woman, right? Give them the opportunity to move in and get what's yours, right? Only a fool would let another man take his woman or sleep with his woman, right? Without resistance, right? And you got to look at the rest of the world the same way. We got these kids, some of them have disabilities. My heart bleeds for these people. They just don't want to listen. They would rather say, Johnny, you are wrong, than to protect the children. And yes, we already know there's going to be death in America this summer. We know that. We already know there's going to be numerous mass shootings. We know this. Why? Because we ain't dumb. We might have a disability. We might be dumb to other people, but when it comes to military tactics, we ain't that dumb. When it comes to seeing what's right in front of our face, we ain't that dumb. This will continue to go on until the government does their jobs. Right? We're not turning it over to a bunch of militiamen, right? Minutemen or whatever. No, you'll have dead people all over, right? Innocent people, right? We've already seen this. It's almost like history is repeating itself. The same thing happened in the 1900s, or when they signed all the militias that they had would go in and rape and pillage towns and people, turn people into slaves and everything. No, we ain't doing this, right? If we have to, we'll use our drones, and they will just hover over subdivisions, watching. They'll hover over schools, grocery stores, right? They'll hover over everything, just watching. If they even get an inkling of a weapon, they're on it, right? They fire a couple warning shots. If the people don't take them warning shots serious and lay down their weapons. Now, these drones will even be equipped with PA systems where there'll be small bullhorns that will be able to tell them, we are going to open fire on you if you don't drop your weapons, right? These drones will be high quality, high killing machines, right? There is no other way, folks, unless they bring in troops. Now, what's pissing me off the most is they want to go after the cartel, right? The Mexican cartel, which in America really ain't the problem. The problem is the people that the cartels are selling the drugs to or whatever. See, the cartel don't kill little kids. That's bad business. No one will buy drugs for them, from them. Nobody will deal with them if they know they're going to end up dead, or kids will end up dead, or people will end up dead, right? Maybe in Mexico, the cartel is M13 and all these gangs, they branch off. Are they all? Maybe. Right? But that's not our problem, really. We got our own problems with every race, every creed, every color. What do? Well, I told you what to do. I don't want to listen. So I imagine this will continue. That's why I keep telling you folks, if you ain't got to go out right now, don't go out. Stay home. It's the safest place for you. And every family should have one weapon, at least one weapon, to protect themselves, whether it be some kind of a device or something. I mean, we got no choice. Right? We got no choice. Right? I see it here. The apartment complex of government complex or whatever. We see it everywhere in every state, right? You always get them one or two people in here that cause trouble. Next thing you know, you got drugs, you got prostitute, you got all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, I remember in Chicago when I was growing up, Capri Green, right? Everyone thought, well, it wasn't that bad. You're nuts. It was a small military group, right? They weren't military, but they ran like military, right? They had armed guards outside Capri Green door, right? Not police. The gangs had their own people out in front with machine guns and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it was real. Capri Green was real. Well, what do? This is what you do. If our troops are busy fighting a war somewhere else, call National Guard. Bring them in. Don't turn it over to no militias, right? Or left wing or radicalists. You'll have death everywhere. I'm telling you, it's like history repeating itself. They just don't want to learn. They're so focused and so comfortable with the way things are going. They're not going to change it, folks. You give me a month, and I'd have a strategy and a plan and the manpower, the troops to stop this madness in our country. It can be done, right? It can be done, but the government would have to do it. You can't turn it over to civilians. You'll have people out there that have been bullied their whole lives with weapons. And the first person that comes up to them and says, "Hey, mister," and then boom, they'll kill him. Well, I thought he was coming at me with a gun. It was a phone. Well, it was a hairbrush. You can't turn it over that way. This is something we got to do. And a lot of people are pissed about it, but our country is under attack. I keep telling them this. We're under attack today, right now. Right now, they're planning to hit America again. Right? It ain't terrorists. We're not. It's not terrorists this time. It's our own people. It's our own civilians, our own cuckoo birds. It's our own nut jobs in our country. And now we do have to worry about terrorists. because now the Arab Spring and all this is going on, right? Wars over there. This is madness, folks. If you can't understand madness, it's designed that way, right? If I wanted to stop this and I had the troops and the military behind me, yeah, within a month I can have all this going away. You'd see patrols everywhere, right? And we would make it clear, you fire upon our soldiers and it'd be the worst thing you can ever do, right? But then we would have wars in the streets. And here is what they're trying to do. They're trying to cover up that America is a third world country. We got wars going on in the streets. We got mass shootings. We got bombs. We had people running crazy. Why? Because it's their freedom. It's their right. Excuse me. And it's sad. It could be stopped. Will it be stopped? Hopefully soon. Hopefully we get someone in there, right? Trump was talking about it yesterday. No, is it if Trump ever gets back in there, but that's the kind of person we need in there that's going to say this is nuts. The American people pay us to do a job. We need to do our job. Why do you think they create wars in other countries? A diversion, so they don't have to deal with the problem here at home. They want to turn it over to gangbangers and clubs and organizations to keep the streets clean. And that's why you got mass killings everywhere. Right? I know I'm not going to get anybody to support me on this. Right? But the truth hurts sometimes, just like the truth hurts that I'm an idiot, right? That I have a disability, that I'm not the greatest at things. Well, they're right. But what I ain't is a moron, a complete idiot, right? I watch a lot of things. I study a lot of things because I had nothing to do, right? I'm just have a disability and I'm broke down or whatever. Could it be stopped? Yes. Do they want to stop it? No. They're making too much money. Most of them are corrupt anyways and got their hands in people's pockets. So this is going to continue, folks. Get used to it. This is the norm in America. This is going to be the normal. Listen, they shut me down when I was making videos saying America is under attack. YouTube took my video down, said it was against their policies to warn Americans and the government that we are under attack. Right? They don't want to handle the situation in their own country. So what do? They create wars. Now they don't have to deal with the madness in the country that they should have been dealing with 50 years ago, 30 years. So they create wars. They create havoc, madness. Now the whole thing out in Ohio with the people, now thousands and thousands of people are saying that they got sicknesses. Their ears are bleeding. I watched yesterday on CNN. Now, lady on there saying, I can't believe their ears are bleeding through, blood coming out of their ears now and everything. What the heck is going on? Trials and tribulation, I guess. The great tribulation that they created. Coffee's good. They created it. They're creating everything. I've been saying this for many years, folks. Go watch my videos. They don't want to stop it. You know, now you got all these people going crazy. You got all these people doing all kinds of stuff, food shortages. Everybody's buying up food and all kinds of stuff. It's hilarious. Well, it ain't hilarious. It's depressing. Really. It really is. Ooh, look at the giant hawk out there flying around. See him? People hate my guts. That's fine. Why? Because I want to stop their little ring of madness, their little gangs or whatever. Their groups, their clubs, their organization, and businesses in it too. Right? The music, the movie business. Only if people knew the truth, even in the government, right? It's like the giant wizard or the giant witch has cast a great spell over the America and the world. Well, nobody wants to listen to me. That's fine. I've lost a lot of subs, right? I lost 8 people or whatever. Is the Great Tribulation coming, the Great War? Yes. If we don't do something about it. Like I said, this could all be stopped within a couple of months. You bring in troops. But they're not going to do that, folks. They're going to turn it over to organizations, small groups, military or small groups and organizations, and it'll turn into a bloodbath and nothing you can do about it. Right? So now all the prophets and all the church channels are saying, you got to move, Johnny. The reason you're not getting your anointings and people are stealing from you is because the place you live, the town you live. Right? I don't know about that. Right? I'm not sure. Hey, Shorty, how you doing? I seen your video the other day. You out in the world on vacation and everything, and great video. So, what are we going to be doing in America? Well, if the government don't handle the situation, then there'll be small militias, right? There'll be small militias that go in and handle this situation. Like I said, this situation could be handled. No problem, right? And here's the problem we're having, right? In America is nobody wants to have military patrolling our streets. They're so petrified of it, right? Why? That's what I can't figure out. Why? If these people are American, why are they petrified of National Guard or a military group coming in and patrolling our schools and our neighborhoods, our grocery store? You can't even go to the grocery store anymore, right? Without being shot at or whatever. You know, these people they have no resistance. Nobody's giving them a fight. Nobody's there when they show up at the grocery store to fight back, right? The government saying, well, thank God there was, a lot of these people are saying, thank God there was someone there that was carrying a weapon, and they missed the whole point. The citizens missed the whole point. The point is it's not our job. It is not our job. It is the government's job. That's why they make a lot of money, right? And if it is our job, then quit locking us up in jail or calling us left-wingers, right-wingers, radicalist groups, whatever. You people created this madness, this government, the higher-ups, the Illuminati, the higher-ups created this madness, saying, well, you need to go out and fight for your freedoms. No, I don't. See, my family already did that in 3 wars. I don't need to do nothing. My family already paved the way for me and yous. It ain't our job. If it was our job, then quit locking people up that are trying to protect their towns, their schools, right? What happens when you get a team of guys that show up at the school and say, we're not letting anybody cross this path with a weapon? What happens? Well, the people say, you can't have weapons on this property. Only the police, right? Only the authorities are allowed to have weapons on the property. Right? Here's the thing, folks. Either we deal with this as adults and we build schools like prisons. You understand? Walls around our schools, walls around everything. If they cannot do their jobs, then someone's going to take over and do the job for them. And we will not pay the government no more to do that. Right? They don't want this to stop. When are you folks going to understand that? Right? Here is the bottom line. We're going into the tribulation. The Great War. Every country will have it. Now, what are we going to do to stop it? I can have this problem stopped in a month. Right? I can have this problem stopped in 1 month. Give me the controls and this problem will be gone. Of course, it's going to piss off a lot of you people that are terrorist organizations, espionage spies from other countries, right? Yes, the clubs and everybody's going to be pissed off. Why? Because we are breaking up their little party. Right? They want to turn it over to militias and right-winger, left-wingers, radicalists, and you'll have dead people everywhere. Here's the bottom line. The government gets paid to do a job. They don't want to do their job. That's why they're creating a war. Right? They want to blame it on another country. It's China. It's right. No, China didn't break into that school and kill them people. No, it was Russia. No, these aren't Russians or Chinese people breaking into the schools and killing people or shooting people at grocery stores. Right? What do? They create a war. Now they don't have to deal with the situation in America. They tell them, well, stand up and fight for your freedoms. No, we already did that. Our families did. And you got messed up ideology if that's the way you think. You're messed up in the head if you think that's going to solve the problems. Now, like I told you folks, our new drones will be equipped with bullhorns, PAs, small assault weaponry to stop these people. And people keep coming in here and telling me, you can't do that. Watch us. Watch us do it. Get in our way. Watch what happens. Right? They told Elon you couldn't do this. You can't go to Russia and buy a missile. You can't go to Russia and buy a rocket. He did. Right? He did. So don't tell me I can't do this, because we will. And it'll be the best thing for America. Plus, it'll take our soldiers and our civilians out of harm's way. What's the best way to do that? Unmanned assault vehicles. Therefore, I'm not putting my team and my men in harm's way. I'm taking out the human calculation of death. And a lot of people are pissed at me. Oh, well. Life sucks. Walk in my shoes for a while. And this is what happens. Now you got Trump on there talking, well, this is unbelievable. How can this be happening? It's so corrupt. Exactly. Let me check my chat. Good morning, Pickles. Oh, Shorty, I did see you come in here. Thank you for stopping in. Great video you did the other day. I stopped over there and hit the thumbs up. Respectable Pickles. That's not right. Get guns off the street. Who the F needs assault rifles to hunt animals? Well, that's true. That's not going to help, Johnny. It probably will. Our unmanned assault drones, hovering drones, probably will help a lot in this situation. Hey, well, Mr. C Energy's here. Well, can you imagine a school cop killing a student because they think their tuna fish sandwich is a firearm gun? Well, yeah. America's in a pickle. They should have listened 30, 40 years ago when we were telling them. They should have listened when the framers were telling them. When the framers came out, it ain't going to work. Right? It just ain't going to work. They didn't want to listen. And now America's suffering. The world is suffering. Right? Like I said, I got too much invested in this country, too much invested in our children, too much invested in everything. Right? And for these people to turn around and tell the American citizens, well, you're going to have to defend yourselves. But if we see you out in the streets carrying a weapon, we're going to lock you up. If you got, we're going to lock you up. We're going to take your weapon. It's a catch-22, folks. We're danged if we do, and we're danged if we don't. The justice system's broke. Everything is broke. The only thing I agreed with was Congress and Senate when they said we'd be better off burning it to the ground and starting over, like new stuff. Yeah. Either that or you bring in the military. You bring in the military and you patrol the schools. You have metal detectors. Nobody is getting in that school with a weapon, right? It's either that or we start building our schools as small prisons with walls around them, brick walls and armed guards. It ain't gonna stop, folks. It's not gonna stop. We wish it would stop, but it ain't going to. All right. Pickle says exactly. Mr. C Energy says, oh, wow. Respectable Pickles. You all think that God given right to bear arms. No, you don't. No, we all should be living in peace, Pickles. Right? We didn't create the weapons. The weapons were created, well, by man thousands of years ago, right? Pickle says 3 9-year-olds, what did they do to that female? Not a dang thing. 3 futures, 3 hopes, and dreams are gone. But because lawmakers have no relations, it's just random acts. Exactly. Hey, what's up there, Ashworth? Exactly. Let me tell you something. This country is lacking in technology. Why? Well, because our colleges have become party houses. Our schools, the kids, our grammar schools, uh, the kids are being abused there or so afraid, bullied, whatever. They can't learn, right? It ain't like when we went to high school. See, I went to a high school and we didn't have troubles like this, right? We might have had the scraggler people show up or whatever, or the students maybe cause trouble, but no shootings, no rapes or pillages or anything like that. These days, these kids can't even go to school because they're terrified. They want to go to school, they want to see their friends, they want to learn. It's just horrible. It's horrible. Pickle said, hey, college parties ain't that bad. Well, you know what I'm trying to say, Pickles, right? From our intel and studies, people now are saying there's more drugs and stuff and sex and everything in the colleges than there is anywhere else. It's become a party house or whatever, right? That's what the professionals and everybody's saying. We're screwed. We're lagging in all kinds of stuff. We're lagging in production, right? And the reason we don't do these foundries and everything here in America is because it's dangerous. Look what happened to the train out there in Ohio with that chemical spill or whatever, right? Millions are probably suffering from that. Why? The jet stream. Right? It probably spread that stuff all over the place for hundreds of miles. What are we dealing with in America? Well, the devil and his witches, right? right? The evil, the tribulation times or whatever. Some will go and some will stay. I don't know. Madness. And here's the big thing people don't realize is, why is the government the only ones that have bomb shelters, giant bomb shelters with weaponry in them, tanks? Are you kidding? One of my bomb shelters got 50, 60 tanks, 100 assault vehicles. I mean, got a couple fighter jets down there. You name it, right? Why is it only the government that has all these big, giant bomb shelters? You know, to save them. The rest of the civilians, who gives a crap about? And that's why I liked these other countries, because these other countries are now building bomb shelters for their whole population, right? Because they know without a population, you ain't got a country, right? Something went bad and war broke out, nuke, whatever, and it destroys over half, 3/4 of your population. Now you got to rebuild, but you ain't got the manpower to rebuild. God save us all, right? If there's a God, please hear our cries, hear our prayers. I don't know. Let me get back to my chat. Yeah, that's true, respectable pickles. Johnny, not one YouTube has announced that Minnesotans had after it happened 1 year ago. Hinkley Power Plant is leaking in the Mississippi River. Head south 1 year before public. Yeah. Well, if the folks knew, if the folks only knew what kind of hazardous things happen and that are covered up, it'd be unbelievable, right? Now, what a lot of people didn't see on my channel was I changed my channel, right? Years ago, I used to be the White House channel. I had up the White House wallpaper and the Homeland Security wallpaper on my channel. And but you can't do that. People complain. You can't do. Well, I can do whatever I want, folks. Right? It's obvious. I'm with somebody, right? Because I'm still here. So these people calling me all the time that got caught. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about? No. I keep telling you folks numerous times, we are who we say we are. If we weren't, we wouldn't be here, folks. We'd be locked up behind bars or in cuckoo's nest, right? The most thing I'm pissed off about is our government selling our technology. You cannot become a superpower when you sell your own weaponry. And now these idiots in Congress and Senate and military are the well, we're sorry. We didn't know, Mr. Kramer. You didn't know. We needed the money. You needed the money, so you sold my technology. right? Well, it was old technology. We didn't need it. It was still deadly. It'll still kill American people and troops, and it'll give us more trouble if we do have to fight a war, right? Why did you sell them our technology? Well, they were our allies. They're our allies. Do you folks understand? When the crap gets deep, America's the one that's stuck with the bill and the job to go out and defend the country. Do you think if crap got deep, right? We thought Saudi Arabia was our allies, but here they were killing our own military people over here on patrols and exercises, killing our own people. Now, this concludes my coffee with Johnny and the Nashville shootings yesterday. You have a good day, Mr. C Energy. So, could the school shooting have been prevented? Yes. Yes, it could have been prevented. Right? It could have been prevented. They failed to do their jobs. Now they turned it over to me, and I'm going to protect this country, at all costs. Any technology, anything will be used. Right? We got all of them on board now. This is what we've done. There are no allies. There's nothing when you are at war. You trust nobody but your own country, your own troop, the guy that's in the foxhole next to you. Them are the only guys you trust. Your brothers. And you can't even trust them within our own military anymore. If you folks only knew the stats that I've seen, the research that we have done, gangs within our military and police force, and right? Madness. It's all coming to an end pretty soon here, folks. If it causes World War III, mass extinction of human life, that's what they will do. And that's what they've done, right? Caused a diversion. They don't want to handle the situation in America. They know it needs to be dealt with, but they don't want to do it because they don't want the backlash of people. It's our freedoms. It's not your freedoms to kill Americans. It's not your freedoms to do that. You have the freedom to protect yourself, right? But that don't give you the freedom just to go out and kill people. Just to kill people. Excuse me, we're all dying of something, right? Now, I want all you folks to go have a great day. Enjoy your freedoms while you can. Because pretty soon, well, it's all going to come to an end, right? And some of us are happy. We're like, finally, it's about time, right? It has nothing to do with race, color, any of that. People, they want to play the religion card they want to play. I mean, it has nothing to do with that. It's about protecting our country and civilians and children and families and women, right? That's what it's about. That's what it's supposed to be about. Everyone prospers in America. If one man prospers, we all prosper, right? But it ain't that way, folks. I don't know. So what do? Well, you call in National Guard. You have them set up around the schools. You have them patrolling the neighborhoods. Right? If somebody wants to open fire, then we open fire. Then we know we got a war in America. That our own people would rather go to war in our streets, right, against our military, because we're there to stop the madness, the raping, and the pillage in our country. And now people are standing up. We're going to be the only ones that stand up against our United States military, our terrorists, and people that don't want us to be protected. Them are the only people, right? Them are the only, these people might even work for another country. They might work for another country, and they're right here in America. And this is the whole thing Trump was talking about. There are no friends. America has been used for many years, and we're tired of being used. Right? And you guys have your rights and your opinions, right? Respectable Pickles. Let's see what she said. Freedoms really apply to white men with money, Johnny. I don't know. I'm poorer than two jokers with a half a doobie in their mouth. But now all this power and weight has been shoulders. They're like, what do you want to do? We're going to protect America. I want sea rams all around America. I want our battleships on our shores of America. I want my tanks rolling down the street, my platoon out. Right? If we ain't at war with another country, we'll be protecting Americans in our country. Respectable Pickle says, wrong, Johnny. That's not what extent a Bill of Rights, all men. I don't know. You might as well rip the cover off of that book and throw it out the window, Pickles. No disrespect, but it's gone too far. There is no turning back. There is no turning back. They're like, what do? We got to go through with it. There's no turning back. Right? There is no turning back. Either we protect America, or tomorrow they'll be planning another shooting and America is under attack. Right? It is how they wrote it. And boy, let me tell you something. They're kicking themselves in the butt right now. They know it. Congress, Senate knows it. That's why they're saying we'd be better off burning it to the ground. Right? That's why they're saying that. Because they know it's not working. It's broken. We want to fix it. We're getting so much resistance from these people. No, that's the right. Yes, you have the right to protect yourselves, to bear arms. Right? Ooh, check out the giant hawk. See him out there flying around? He's catching the wind. Look at, Pickles says, look at Alec Baldwin. He pulled trigger, killed film producer, and now he's getting off. But that wasn't his job, Pickles. His job was not a pyrotech or weapons specialist on a movie. They hired someone to be a professional weapons prop guy and pyrotech on that movie, right? That was that guy's job, not Alec Baldwin's, to check to see if there was a live round in the gun, right? Alec Baldwin hired the guy to do a job, and the guy didn't do a job, right? I don't know. And that's just like any movie that you're on. You hire a person that is labeled a professional to do a job, and then something goes bad and they want the producer to take the blame for it. And usually the producer does, but really it's not the producer's fault, right? They hired a weapons expert to work on the job to make sure that they were protected, and that guy failed to do his job. Oh, you're right, Pickles. You shouldn't point guns at people. You're right about that, but the guy that was shooting the movie wanted the barrel to be looking down the camera. So they made that call. And even I think Alec Baldwin said he asked them, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Right? Because I think he knew you shouldn't be pointing a weapon at anyone. Right? Well, whoever, if Alec wanted it, whoever. The bottom line is the guy that he hired to run the weapons should have known to check the weapon to make sure. And here's the big thing. Everyone's like, it was just a prop gun. Nope. It's a real weapon. The only thing that is prop about it is it shoots blanks. It's a real weapon. The only thing that's fake is the blanks that it shoots. If you put a live round in it, it'll kill you. So that's my thing on the Nashville killings. Could it have been prevented? Yes. If you want my opinion on the Alec Baldwin thing, I already did a video when that first happened on it. I feel Alec Baldwin is not to blame. He hired people to do work. They failed to do work. Whether he even if he wanted the shot to be where you're looking right down the barrel, he thought there was a dummy round in it, right? So he thought, he wasn't worried about someone getting killed. Why? Because he pays people to be professionals on the job, and they failed to do. There was a live round in it. And you know what's sad is we lost a great actor and martial artist, Brandon Lee, from the same mistake. A blank round that got mixed up with a live round, because you can barely tell the difference. We've lost a couple people that way in movies. Why? Because live rounds got mixed up with blanks. And they died. So you are right about that, Pickles. They shouldn't be pointing weapons at anybody. They shouldn't be using real weapons in movies. That's why I tell my guy. Everyone's going, where'd you get that? It's a prop gun. It don't even take bullets. It even cocks like a real gun. It's even got a clip. Don't be using real weapons on sight, especially on any movies I have anything to do with. Now, if that's all, folks, I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. And everyone, be safe. And don't worry about nothing. All we're trying to do is make it safer for our people, our civilians, our children. And there's going to be a lot of backlash on this. But hey, what can you do? Our children are more important than anything because that's our future. And without a future, you got nothing. No, I got to go. I want to thank Respectable Pickles and everybody for stopping in. It's a great day, and God bless everybody. And excuse me, and wake up, people. Right? Wake up and understand. If we don't do something about it, it'll be too late. They'll invade this country and we won't have nothing. We don't want Third World War. We don't want nuclear war with Russia or China. If it was me, I'd be at the peace table with these people, coming to an agreement like human beings, like mature adults. But they want to flex their power and they want to cover up everything. So yes, we got snow coming tonight, I think. Respectable Pickles. As you can see, it's starting to cloud up out there, and it is starting to get chilly. We got a big snowstorm coming supposedly tonight, but then within a couple days, it's supposed to be warm, and then we got a big thunderstorm coming Friday, I think they're saying. Giant storm. You know, get ready for tornado season, folks. Everyone's like, well, it's just Tornado Alley. No, you're going to see tornadoes where we don't usually see tornadoes, right? We've had all these volcano eruptions, all this gas and ash and all this stuff in the atmosphere. It's heating up places where it usually don't heat up places. It's doing all kinds of stuff. No, I want all you folks to have a great day and be safe. Love everybody. God bless. Lord, thank you for another day. Forgive us for all of our sins. Thank you for our daily bread. Amen. And Hail Mary, full of grace. And all that. These are just my opinions on this channel. And when it comes to crime, it's just my theories of what I think is going on. You don't have to listen to me at all. Now, thank Pickles, MC, Cell Energy, or whoever it is, Kiki Eyes. Thank her for stopping in. But I'm sorry, I can't be controlled by anybody anymore. And I got to push forward with this. It's my job as an American, a citizen, and a patriot, which I've been labeled a patriot. Now I fall underneath the Patriot Act. So, God bless everybody. Love yous. And I'm just doing my job. And believe me, okay? I am dying to be with an incredible woman so I can shut YouTube off, shut the TV off, and be wrapped up with just a woman and me And the rest of the world, who cares? You think I want to go through all this crap? No, I really don't. No, I love all you folks. Have a great day. God bless. I'll be back. Hopefully we get a storm. I'll film that or whatever, but I got a couple things to do. Have a great day. Be safe. All you women out there, be safe. If you ladies are in a controlling relationship, or men, get out of it. Walk away. Right? Get help. Don't stay in an abusive relationship or a psychotic relationship or whatever it may be. All right. Love you guys. Have a great day. Be safe. And don't let people use you for sex or anything.